You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, General Hospital fans, I've got your weekly prediction edition. We're going to talk about Sonny making demands and Laura losing. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and we have got predictions for Britt and Emma, for Sonny and Michael, for Chase and Michael, for Ezra and Laura, and also for Britt and Dalton. If you're not watching us, please hit that subscribe button. Let's get right into it. Our very first prediction, Britt blames Emma. So Monday spoilers have Britt facing off with Emma, and Britt grabs Emma's arm and she's telling Britt, "Get off me." But she says, "Not until we get a few things straight." And that same day, Gio tells Brooklyn that he is the reason Rocco broke into the lab, and Dante gets really mad. And by Wednesday, GH spoilers have Emma in a rage. So Britt may blame Emma for the stolen key fob and the lab break-in, which is, by the way, 100% accurate. And Emma will never get another shot to take down Dalton, so she's really mad. I think Emma is going to be extremely upset over that. And she might be looking for another way to prove that Dalton is awful. I don't see Emma just giving up. But the thing is, it's more complex because she and Britt have a real dodgy history because, you know, she dated Emma's dad, Patrick, and then lied and said that baby Ben, aka Rocco, was his kid. So Britt may be ready to throw Emma under the bus to the cops, you know, as someone who pressured Rocco to do this thing to try and get him off the hook. And Anna's not around to defend Emma. And to be fair, she did legit get the younger teens swept up in her Dalton vendetta, which she knows, and to her credit, she feels bad about. But, you know, Britt's unhinged and borderline dangerous, so she better watch out. Our second prediction, Sonny tells Michael, "Cut Jacinda loose. Don't do this." So Thursday General Hospital spoilers have Michael introducing Sonny to Jacinda. So we're going to see Sonny at Michael and Jacinda's table at the Metrocourt restaurant where they're having a date. I'm sure Sonny is already going to know who Jacinda is. Friday GH spoilers have Michael trying to keep the peace. So Sonny may tell Michael, call things off with Jacinda ASAP. It's not a good look since she was a hooker until very recently and just with the custody stuff. But Michael may push back and say, look, Willow's going to be convicted, no problem. Sonny doesn't want Michael going down that vendetta road against Willow, and he suspects that she's not going to be convicted anyway. And ironically, Sonny thinks it's a bad idea to take a mom away from their kids, no matter how many times he's done that. So Sonny pushes, and when that happens, Michael always digs in his heels. So Sonny may think Jacinda's making Michael look worse, not just for custody, but in general. And he may tell Sonny, look, she's not a call girl anymore. She's working for Nina at Crimson. And Sonny may say, okay, so she looks like a gold digger that you put to work to try and clean up her image. It's kind of transparent. Sonny may be horrified that Jacinda already met Wiley and that Willow saw it. And I'm betting Sonny may tell Carly. She won't like it either. I don't think Sonny's going to be able to sway Michael because he legit seems to really like Jacinda, and he's very stubborn, and he is very vengeful. You know, Michael is definitely a product of the people who raised him, Carly and Sonny. So if they want to be upset, it's their own fault. Our third prediction, Chase breaks Michael's alibi. So Monday, General Hospital spoilers have Alexis conferring with Felicia. Thursday, GH spoilers say Chase dives deeper into his investigation. And on Friday, Alexis gets an update from Chase. She gets news. So Alexis is approaching Willow's defense in several ways. First, she wants to suggest multiple alternative suspects. Second, Alexis has Felicia looking at Portia. And third, she knows Chase is looking into Michael's alibi, Jacinda. So both of them come back to Alexis with good news this week. The thing is, though, Portia hasn't had to give an official alibi yet to the cops, but I think she will have to soon. or at least will be approached and will give it to whoever asks. That will crush Alexis's hopes that Portia is a viable alternate suspect, and that'll create some pressure to nail Jacinda on her perjury. Chase is busy, and he suspects that Jacinda had a call girl appointment that night, and I bet he's right, and I bet Ezra Boyle is the guy that Jacinda was with. So Chase could very well break Michael's alibi to help Willow, and if Chase talks to Nina, she's a good resource because she could tell Chase that she knows Jacinda was seeing Ezra, because Nina 100% knows that the mayoral candidate was one of Jacinda's clients. I think it was Carly maybe who told her. Somebody told Nina that she was Ezra's favorite, I believe. So since Alexis gets news by the end of the week, I think that means Chase has found something. Maybe he gets footage from the PC Grill or the Metrocourt restaurant, both places where Jacinda hung out to meet clients. Our fourth prediction, Ezra is the new mayor of Port Charles. Monday General Hospital spoilers have Laura screaming at somebody in front of the press who are recording and taking pictures, screaming at somebody that they're a liar. Wednesday is when the results of the Port Charles mayoral election are in. And by Thursday, GH spoilers have Laura finding out something shocking. This week, also, Nathan finds Laura in her car, distraught and crying, maybe over Rocco, maybe over the election. With that visceral reaction, I'm thinking it's family, though. So Laura may lose to Ezra, and he might be elected mayor because she skipped out on the debate, and then her son has been now accused. I mean, her grandson has now been accused of something terrible, and Laura was trying to prevent his arrest, which definitely looks like an abuse of power. However, even if Ezra wins, he could be impeached right away over the call girl reveal if it comes out that he was with Jacinda the night that Drew was shot, because not only was Ezra seeing a prostitute, but that prostitute committed perjury in an attempted murder trial. And that attempted murder trial is the shooting of a congressman. So Jacinda was paid to give a false alibi in a major case. Ezra's guilt by association could ruin his shot to be mayor before he's even sworn in. So I suspect Laura loses the election for maximum drama during November sweeps. But if Chase uncovers dirt on Ezra, Alexis or Chase could tell Ezra that he can step back and resign, or it's going to come out publicly. Our fifth and final prediction, Dalton targets Britt and Rocco. So Monday General Hospital spoilers have Lulu telling Carly that her son Rocco may be headed to prison unless she does something drastic. Tuesday, Britt gives someone an ultimatum and Sidwell is enraged. And by Thursday, Britt is shaken. And on Friday, Jason is grilling Britt. So we all know Dalton trashed his own lab and lied and said Rocco did it. And Dalton may have just been on fire because the kid broke into his lab, and then Laura was trying to accuse him of manhandling him and was almost trying to get the police to look at him. Also, Dalton may have realized that Rocco is very important to Britt, the same woman who took over Dalton's job, and now he's got to eat humble pie and report to her. Plus, Dalton suggested stealing and selling the research, and she refused. I mean, we know Dalton's awful because he was testing on poor little puppies and kitties, and he may just be angry in general since he got demoted, and so he's lashing out at Rocco, or it could be a way for him to get back at Britt. We'll see. He's a mediocre scientist. Maybe Sidwell will take Dalton out like the trash he is for defying his orders and making a bigger deal out of this Rocco thing.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.